5 seconds remaining. TNC's turn to pick.
Axe.
DC's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. DC's turn to ban. TNC's turn to ban. DC's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dazzle.
DC's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Silencer.
TNC's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC's turn to pick. Templar Assassin. DC's turn to pick.
Alchemist.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. Indeed, game 2 now coming up between the sides of DC, TNC. The draft is out. We're seeing the Alchemist. If you were watching the other stream, I believe you would have caught some OG games with it today. But DC bringing it forward in terms of the roles. You know, Arbel will be playing the out. You're going to see Mason on the carry Venge, Demon playing the support silencer. Interesting stuff from DC and TNC themselves. They've got that classic minus armor strat, the Weaver, Dazzle, TA combination. What's your thoughts, Scott? Is this an out game?
Oh, you know, I haven't seen Alk in a while. I've missed him. Haven't
oh,
you?
I've missed him too. I've had nightmare dreams.
Dreams, yes.
Dreams of the yellow
fantasies.
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
That's a different ogre. Let's get on shrink. But anyway, guys, we're into the game. Well, DC had a very strong game 1.
Battle begins.
Do you think, is there a potential that we're going to see kind of the lanes Arbed have that sort of a start again in this matchup, or is it going to be a bit harder?
His team's going to try and put a lot of pressure on to help him because they're going aggro tri-lane. They've got all the boys going up top. Mason, Demon, and Dubu ready to try and do what they can up there, giving Bulba a 1v1. Legion versus Axe, something kind of theory craft in the panel a bit. How's it going to go? 1437 wasn't really a big fan of how this matchup works for the Axe once like the blade mails and stuff come online against the spins, but will be tested a bit this game, and TNC are going to have to secure this top safe lane. They're going to need the Monkey King to head up there as soon as possible.
Ooh,
because yeah, Weaver's not going to have fun here.
Pretty sweet though. Mason actually went for Magic Missile attempt, but Raven very quick with the Shikuchi to dodge it immediately. Tims will rotate across, see if they can do anything indeed to try and stop the aggression that's going to be coming out from DC with this lane decision.
Interesting he went for the tree dance. He actually held his point and then still went for the tree dance. I think he might go for the Jingu and just try to trade hits a bit, but seems to want to catch him by surprise with a primal bring.
Demon could be in trouble there, jumping actually in. Demon will try for the TP out. He's actually making it down. He does. Demon just getting out, but at the same time, mid lane a bit of action as Cuckoo will force Arbed back. Not quite enough damage to bring him down. That go on top, Demon. I can't believe he got out with that TP. He was surrounded by 3 of them. Very close.
Magic Missile saved his life. Really just that. If not for that Magic Missile, one more right click from Monkey King would have been enough damage. They would have got the kill. So I think DC decide with the Monkey King rocking up top, this lane is not going to work. TP to the bottom from Mason's Ven, and DC have decided to change their lanes.
Mid lane, CS wise at least between the two of them, very close. Bang on at the moment. Dubu. Yeah, with the rotation, still just at level 1, so we'll be just a little bit of right-click harassment onto Cuckoo. We'll be quick to trade it back to Dubit. Force the Ricky back.
This could be a tough matchup for Alkin mid at the very early levels when that aggressive TA side blades comes out, but that Abed survived it. He's come out stronger on the other side. We'll get his bottle soon, start picking up some bounty runes. Things should be pretty fine for the Alchemist. Straight up 1v1 against TA from here on out. Problem is, TA can kind of match the Alk's farm with ancient stacks and just doing everything that TA does. You actually don't really lose the farm battle for quite some time against the Alk. It's only once like the Radiance Manta comes online that the Alk really pulls ahead. Early stages TA can do pretty well through her farming efficiency.
Tubu, head down bottom. Fires on Sam. It's not really a lot that he can do against an axe. And indeed, Demon, and as you mentioned, sitting in this lane, making sure that Mason gets the farm. But at the same time, this has got to be good news for TNC, isn't it? They know that on this top lane now, they themselves, the Weaver is going to have a pretty fine old time. Bulba will find something, but he's unlikely to be able to press the Weaver out of the lane.
Something Panel mentioned that you can do with the Monkey is just using the zone the Liege as much as possible, but no level 2, no Jingu. Makes it a little bit trickier to do just that, but Dazzle wants to pair up with this axe, offers him some support, help him have a better lane, has been stacking his neutral camps even a little bit, so there's some good farm for Sam H to work with here to ensure that he gets a pretty good time on his Point Dagger. Another almost kill mid. Cuckoo pretty aggressive there once again, and yeah, starting to see Abed struggle to maintain HP in this mid lane.
Yeah, he's got to head back to base. The shrine already used. The bottle gold not quite there for him. Bottom lane, Sam H now with the backup of Rio, who's come across on the Dazzle. Get the crit D ward, maintain control of this lane so they can have eyes on Tubu's movements. Remain down here at the moment, keeping eyes on the attempt to pull through and will interrupt it. Well, Shrine up on the top lane, but again, Tim's with his positioning. Make sure that he keeps tabs on the movement, and sneaky monkey gets himself the bounty rune still.
Yep.
Illusion.
A little bit annoying, but ultimately Tim's, I feel, is not really completely shut down this Legion by any means. Bulba's still got his levels, got some farm, handling himself right here, so probably see Monkey King after maybe another minute or two, just leave Raven alone to solo. And go from there, look to maybe set up some kills on this mid lane around Cuckoo hitting level 6 once the traps come into play. If he can hit, he is going to hit 6 before Alchemist. There is a timing where you can play for the kills.
Bottom lane, we saw DC think about making a go to the axe, but they have to be careful with Rio there. They know that they can't kill Sam H with Rio being there with potential backup.
Interesting to see, no points in the call, went for a very early Battle Hunger with 2 points in speed, level 3 on Sam H. Just tries trade hits, go run in, he knows he's got a salve, he's got good HP regen to back this up and the Dazzle to protect him, but doesn't find a kill, and both him and the Avenge will both salve up and be back to full HP. So kind of negating the harass that went down.
Radiant's middle tower.
Looking at the CS as well at this stage, it's both fours of TNC at the top.
Yep.
Raven and Cuckoo hitting that 30 CS mark. The biggest disparity being the difference between Raven and Mason.
Alk CS is also a little bit inflated. Some of that is neutrals, not really from like the medium camp as well, so perhaps not totally accurate. Nice Radiant scan, we'll find Monkey King. He swings spin. This is what I talked about. TA can hit level 6 before Alk, and not quite there yet, but he's very close. I think this wave will be the level 6, and with the Psionic traps and the Monkey King rotation, you can find a kill on the mid Alk. Such a boo. 6B. Hey, will he find a kill?
I mean, Sam H is falling very, very low here. It was dropped the smoke screen.
Yeah.
Dubu himself has to be careful here. I mean,
Dubu.
it looks like he will survive, but Sam a little slow with the call there, and Dubu will be out of range of any sort of vision that they have. At the same time, down bottom, Tim's really finding himself a curry. In fact, with the jump forward, has he got the spring? No, looks like that. Still unavailable. He couldn't jump down in range to pick it off. But TNC, aggression, and Dubu, yeah, maybe just overestimating the potential he had with that Ricky. As he is still just level 2.
Not really a whole lot of damage onto the axe there to really kill him off with, and lucky to perhaps survive that one, but ultimately gets the XP and gets away with it, so the end result is actually pretty decent for him. But still perhaps concerns over Abed being pressured right now. Still not level 6 TA, free farming, DD rune, the dangerous rune you can either farm with, or you can just look for some kills.
Probably a bit of a whiff there from Raven. Will miss the bugs, and maybe those bugs connecting, they could have chased Bulba down. Since he won't get the kill that they were potentially hoping for with Tim's making the movement up towards that top tier 1.
Absolutely. Bulba will head back, shrine up, and probably return to lane. But yeah, laning stage going very well for TNC. The free farm on TA, the Weaver, off lane on the Axe, you're farming neutrals and the lane, so all in all, very good start. Filipino side.
Yeah, a very, very different opening in comparison to what we saw in game 1 from the team.
Cuckoo's coming into the jungle here.
Stand up on the bottom, onto Sam H, the smoke screen as well, trying to prolong the potential Berserker's call. And Sam H will just simply look to get out of there. And he will just survive. Again, this combination, very hard to bring down with Rio there. Very good with the backup and the sustain to make sure that Sam's able to walk safely.
At the mid lane, the TA stole the Aux double stack at the big camp, so a lot of Aux farm that he'd been saving up from was denied. That was a great use of the DD rune. He invaded the Aux as he's trying to farm it, he takes the camp.
And bottom lane, look at this, TNC getting aggressive. Mason, he's going to be bashed up here. Tims gets the Gingy built up there. Battle Hunger should end up finishing off Mason, I believe. Dubu goes down. Mason indeed does fall to the damage over time from Sam H. TNC getting aggressive on the bottom and punishing DC. 2-0, 8 minutes in, and it's just the question of what do Digital Chaos do? Deal with this succession of just a constant aggression on lane after lane from TNC.
Yeah, you have a terrible laning stage where let's say you lose 3 lanes, perhaps bottom lane, you could argue. I mean, Venge is out farming Act, so there is a CS advantage going DC's way, but you've got to make a smoke move, and that's going to come from... Venge is really the hero with the stun, so it's your safe lane farmer, but it actually is the hero that needs to get involved in smoke ganks.
Yeah. And he's at the top lane.
If you want to find something. And
looking for Raven.
Oh,
Quick
what a
with
reaction,
the
yeah.
Very apparent. I believe as soon as he saw the Legion move away from the creep wave, he knew that something was up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he saw the Venge or not, but it looked like it was perhaps even just the Legion doing it. And at that point, he knows the way he dies is if there's a smoke screen into like a Jewel, Avenge even puts out the stun, that's how he can get picked off. So Raven, very heads up play.
I mean, DC, with this amount of stuns, they could dive it if they see the opportunity to.
Not really the optimal place to be against the Iron Talon that can chop his way through those trees.
Look how deep Cuckoo's going. And with the slow and the fact that Tims has jumped across as well, Arbed in a lot of trouble. The Chemical Rage, regen not enough to keep him alive. And DNC diving in for that kill. Just reading the map, knowing that the backup's unlikely to come because DC were looking to put pressure on Raven up top.
Yep. They also, I think, recognize that Demon is alone at this bottom lane, so Sam H can play hyper-aggressive. With level 6, he can perhaps easily get a solo kill, or at least put some good pressure on this tower, so things across the board looking very good for TNC here. Alchemist really needs to find something. It's less about finding farm and just say, okay, guys, I'm just going to farm my Radiance. It's more about his team actually creating that space to allow him to farm. And problem is, you haven't got level 6 on Silencer. It's just going to hit it now, so Global perhaps gives them an extra tool to try and make some ganks with. But yeah, it's going to be tough.
Top lane, Raven. We'll play around with Mason, who immediately goes for the TP as he sees any sort of chance of the turnaround coming in. Mid lane, Cuckoo, bringing Dubu down low. No detection on him himself. Sam H actually has an Invis rune. He's looking for Arbed. He'd have to get very lucky with the spins to do it on his own.
Just call the TA in. Yeah, there's no tower, so he doesn't see the TA coming.
They don't have the vision, so Cuckoo could come across, but okay.
Arbed's not. It's not that he knows the gank's coming. He actually just wanted to farm mid lane.
Yeah. He's like, ooh, creeps it. Yeah, a little bit easier than the neutrals, but Cuckoo will clean them up. Dubu's now across as well. Don't know the damage is there. That's the opening with the Berserker's call. He needs some sort of a backup, but it's TNC that have their own with Tims coming in with a boundless strike. They'll bring down Arbed.
They're going to find Dubu as well. I think they can do the dust.
The Dusty will have the blink to the demon. Will keep him alive. But these kills onto the Alchemist is exactly what TNC need to be doing. Something that they struggled to do in game 1 against Arbed's SF, but they're having a much easier time doing so far. And Tim's on the Monkey King, just having a much better start than he did on the Earth Spirit in game 1.
This is the ideal way to be playing against Alk. Contesting his farm, contesting his jungle early on. Even if you're winning 2 of the 3 lanes, like if you're dominating top, bottom, but not stopping the Alk from farming, you're not really winning the game. I mean, you're going to be in for a close one.
Mason's just a freebie here for the side of TNC. Tims again TPing down, jumping forward, allowing Sam H to close the gap.
And they're looking for kind of Raven, pseudo looking for the top lane, but don't really feel like their heart's in this one. Bulb was probably just more keen on farming the lane, trying to get his blink dagger up. Until they've got that blink, it's hard to make these moves. They're relying on smoke. Like earlier, it was smoking with Avenge as a core hero to try and initiate with phase boost. So the blink dagger has not become all that fast. So it really feels like DC, they're down, they're losing the lanes, they're getting out farmed, they're getting constantly roamed on, and there's not a whole lot of easy plays to make to stop that from happening. They're going to keep on trying to commit to this top lane, but this is the beauty of this Weaver pick, is they can sit in the safe lane alone, and it's pretty resilient. It's very hard to gank.
Rio's there as well with backup if Raven does get over. Do you have the global silence though, as you mentioned? We yet really see that come into play. This pickoff could be where it does so if they can find a way to go in, but DC, they moved 5 members up here, and already they're starting to send 2 back home. It just feels like a waste of time.
It gets dewarded immediately, but that still reveals what's going on. So, I mean, it kind of confirms their suspicion. They used to scan and observer ward and had the dazzle up top. So they kind of know what's going on up top. Raven shows that he was farming with Shukuchi. He wasn't even trying to right-click to farm. He would just Shukuchi, time the damage, get the last hit, then run away. So you can see fully aware that DC, their comeback plays try and find a kill up top, try and use perhaps a duel into global silence or whatever it may be and get a kill, and well, they're there, they're anticipated. They may lose a ward and it gets dewarded, but ultimately they don't give up any kills, and that's the big thing.
It's at this stage of the game just such a huge difference between the Alchemist and the TA. TA with double the CS at the out. He's about 2,500 net worth ahead. Cuckoo in a very strong position, and Arbed, he's weak and he needs protection. There will be a Silencer trying to come through and do something to hold them off, but there's very little Demon can. As they lose Arbed again, there'll be a Mason. They do catch Cuckoo with the global and the duel. They'll find themselves a very big kill in return, DC. Bringing down Cuckoo, who was miles ahead of everyone else so far this game, but they're still losing Arbed. They need to find that space for Arbed.
Yep. A little bit far, they just kind of had their eyes glistening. You see an Alk and you know you can kill him, and you think, all right, let's just go for this. But killing an Alk and losing a TA, I mean, if the heroes are both farming well, like, that's fine. But when your TA is miles ahead of the Alk, you've already shut him down. It's not really worth it in that scenario for TNC. And an immediate smoke. Unfortunately for DC, they do this under a ward, so TNC not going to be caught out by this one, I presume.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Will deny the tower. Albert very close to the up himself.
TNC have so many options now. They can group up, PS5, smoke themselves, take Roshan. They've got the Deso on TA, so...
Actually, yeah, this could catch DC off guard. DC are still smoked. It depends if they want to go for that check around the pit. They don't have global silence.
Both teams ward it. The Sentry sees the Dire ward, but doesn't...
I think, is Dubu going to check it? Oh, he actually heads out with his... Yeah, they just take the pig first.
Take the pig, and you can continue. You've denied a lot of the vision. Just play around the refraction. The swoop in from Sam Mates is such a dangerous.
With this big dagger, this could catch them massively off guard. He gets it onto the silencer. Tim's comes in with a Wukong's command. That's going to be one done. They'll look for the chase down onto Mason. Moving forward, Raven on the Weaver, looking to take another. The heal from Bulba, not to be enough as DC lose a second. And TNC again, they secure that area around Roshan, get 2 big kills, pick up the Rosh, put the Aegis into the hands of Cuckoo. Still maintain this lead in this game.
Yep. Very well controlled, like that area around that Radiant secret shop. They had eyes from the Monkey King on the tree vision. They had the axe swooping around. They had the observer wards being planted as well. They made sure they had vision all over that area to see DC coming in, and then even controlled it even further by dropping down the Wukong's command. Like, try and walk past this Wukong's command to get to Roshan. Well, they're not even going to win the fight through the Wukong's command. So TNC not only get Roshan, but they find extra kills as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still around with the bounty rune.
Scattered, and still is being scattered by Dubu's Ricky. Quelling Blade or anything for Dubu. Can't really chop down those trees easily, and doesn't have backup, so even if he does, isn't going to be able to kill Monkey Man. But likely we see TNC with Aegis in hand for the Cuckoo's TA just start taking tower after tower. Nothing really to stop the TA at this point. And Blink Deso means not only are you threatening towers, but any heroes that come near to defend. Heroes like Silencer will just get blinked on, melded, and get 2-3-shotted. Alchemist will have issues as well, like his armor kind of suffers a little bit at this point. Has got the +4 armor now with the talent and the extra armor from the armor, so that helps things a little bit against the TA for sure.
The lane, TNC should take this tier 2 very quickly with Cuckoo's Desolator, and it looked like DC are just focused on trying to find something in trade. 5 members in the jungle. Tim's
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
keeping himself safe upon the tree line. The rest of TNC back behind the tier 1 tower.
They're pretending to be pushing bottom lane, but they've already put themselves in a position to defend top and catch DC by surprise. Sam is just waiting for someone to push this tower, and he's ready to jump. And they've got the ward there as well. This is a great place to fight TNC.
The jump forward, looking for Mason. That's what the magic for DC. They do decide to go in on this fight. They pop the global silence. What was there with the jewel? Sam H is down. They'll get themselves one clean kill, but TNC, they're ready to fight back. Raven chucks down the bub. Bulba goes for the TP out with the boundless strike there to cancel it. Will cost him his life almost certainly. They're even jumping past him for more. They say, Raven, you finish off Bulba. Will manage to pick up a second as they get Dubu on the Ricky. And meanwhile, bottom lane, Cuckoo, he's soloing a tier 3, opening up the racks on the bottom.
Wow.
And TNC are just getting so much done. He jumps in, one shot, and Demon's down to less than half health.
Are under attack.
And TNC are just getting so much done in these early stages of the game, and DC seem unable to stop it.
Yeah, it's just completely snowballed out of control. Cuckoo able to do all that on his own. Sam H blinks in. Probably knows that if he misses that initial blink call, he's very likely dead. If he gets hit by stun global silence, he's going to die, but he dies for the great good. Once that global silence is down, Weaver can freely chase, Monkey King can freely chase. You've got these two great chasing heroes, even though Monkey King's just a support. He's got decent enough damage output with the phase boots, the medallion, and he complements the Weaver well.
As well.
Yeah, there was no getting away for DC for everyone. You can go for like 3-4 man TP out, but 1 or 2 heroes are going to get hit by the boundless strike, and they're done for. And it's exactly what happens. And Shrines are now open for business as Cuckoo takes a tier 3, takes a Shrine. He's playing just off by himself, but why not? You're TA with 11k net worth, you're miles ahead of the Alk. Not many heroes that can kill you once, let alone twice, and that's going to be pretty straightforward stuff for him. Mason's gone back from minus on Venge. This is just one of those, you look at this game and you're like, well, the only way DC wins this game is if they somehow turtle out and it goes for long. There's no item for Venge, which is going to help you right now. Like, you're not farming well, so you may as well get an item that helps you farm, and you just hope that you win one fight and then suddenly you drag the game out for another 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So while this game could end in the next 5 minutes, and it's like, well, the game ended in 5 minutes, why do you go Midas? The only way they win is if this game goes 20, 30 more minutes. So he's playing to their win condition, as small of a win condition as that is.
TNC with the smoke up, ready to go for big plays. There's up the courier, they will be tempted, and they do take it out. That will mean the rest of DC are able to react to this and start to back away. Sam H may still get the call on Mason, and indeed he does. Jumps down, grabs the Venge, and the amount of physical just bursting Mason down low. He does swap him back up to the high ground, but Cuckoo, he jumps forward, will be held back momentarily by the magic missile from Mason, which will keep Venge live. TNC won't find the kill. Global silence still available. DC can they do anything to stop this push though on the tier 2, and it doesn't look like they can. They'll have to let the tower go.
Not the tower you bother defending. I'll let go. And TNC losing Aegis now will probably just focus their efforts on the Shrine and that last outer tower. Knowing that's unlikely DC make a full commitment to defend. DC don't want to fight. Like, you get this, you're not getting this Midas on Venge to try and take a 5v5 fight. You might theoretically go for a smoke into a, try and fight a pick-off using your silences, but there's no way in hell you want a 5v5. You've got an Alk trying to get a Radiance, you've got a Venge with a Midas. You are looking to drag this game for as long as possible without engaging into TNC. One lost fight and you lose a Rax, and it's likely the game. So TNC, the best thing you can do, take whatever towers are easy to pick off, force your opponents to stop farming and come back and defend their high ground. So they'll probably take this tier 2 top, and even threaten to chip at the tier 3 top, just to kind of keep DC honest, make sure they come back and keep having to defend things.
Bulba pressuring out bottom, but again, this initiation, Sam H with the jump, catches Bulba initially. Dubu is there in the neighborhood. They'll actually throw the dust outs. They know where Dubu is. The meld strike into the dunk from TNC to cut down Bulba, and they're ready to look for more. With the dust still on Dubu, who's caught in amongst the creeps, taken down as well. It's a second for TNC. Mid lane, the blood is not ended up spilling as they look for Arbed as well. Wukong's command, the physical damage is too much at this stage of the game, and TNC just seem to be running away with this game too. 14 for 2 at the moment. Alk absolutely not in the position that he needed to be. He's still 2k behind the Weaver, about 5,000 net worth behind this TA at this stage of the game. Cuckoo has just had an absolute star game. A bit of vice versa. Game 1, we saw Abed have an amazing mid performance. This time, absolutely turned on its head, and Cuckoo is the star of the show.
Radiant's bottom
Pretty bold pick, the Alchemist into the TA, and they picked it after the TA was picked, and we're seeing it get punished here. It really is a tough lane matchup. Oh, I mean, Alk has a lot of tough lane matchups. He just doesn't care that he loses the lane as long as he farms. But the great thing that Cuckoo did this game was he went in. Not only did he contest Alk jungling, but he stole the Alk's jungle. With that 2-minute long respawn time on these neutral camps, he just comes in, he takes some camps. If Alk stacks, he takes the double stack. TA, one of the better heroes, obviously, perhaps one of the best mids, found actual neutral or ancient stacks, just punished the Alk and took away his farm, while killing him on numerous occasions. So TNC have played this beautifully as far as shutting down an Alchemist, and the side lanes just didn't put enough pressure on. DC started with an aggro tri-lane, but very quickly that fell apart. They TP'd Mason down bottom. It really felt like they had this idea of pressuring the lanes to create space for Alk, but once that backfired, there was no like plan B. There was nothing to really fall back on because they didn't have like great mid-game kind of smoke rotation heroes.
Coming out, there's protection down at the moment around this area, so we'll safely be able to scout some of the movements of TNC out. Where SamH's positioning is. See, really sticking around, wanting to fight,
Nice.
but DC do know.
It's on the observer ward, so they see everything here. TNC may not realize they're being scattered, but at the same time, DC see everything, they're probably thinking, like, let's not fight this one.
No Dubu's around. Again, they don't have the vision that deep, though. So Dubu's still safe for the time being. TNC just pressuring onto towers. They don't care about getting kills as long as they're getting these objectives
Definitely time to get a gem, you know, stuff like that happens. It's not even about finding the Riki, it's about finding the wards just as much. But also, once Riki sees the gem, he can't just do what he just did. He just went out, he scouted 5 heroes by himself. This allowed, like, heroes to farm bottom. It allowed Mason as well as Arbed to get into the jungle. Arbed just going to pick up, like, what, a couple bounty runes. He gets an illusion rune now. He's going to finish his Radiance just because of the Riki scouting all that out. Problem is, Arbed's now walked through the river, and Cuckoo has found it.
He goes for the TP out.
Oh,
The neutral creeps the centaur.
What?
Doing it. But he
Why did it stop?
Well, he popped the illusion rune, didn't he? Had the illusion there, I believe.
I thought the illusion was... Oh, they're going to GG. I thought the illusion was at the... oh, yeah, he had one illusion and he killed it instantly, but... Yeah,
the present to the illusion, he killed
his
himself.
own illusion killed himself, yeah.
Oh.
I love that. That's like the most anticlimactic ending, but it's pretty fitting, you know.
That's where you call GG.
Alk gets caught out. Like, he's making a bold move. He has nowhere to farm. He can't farm his side of the map. He's just going to go on a walkabout, go to the enemy side of the map, try find...